Hi, so I've decided to see what 5 hours of Parkasaurus is like. It starts off with this cute little animatic. I guess the dinosaurs hopped in a spaceship and landed on this planet, which, now that I think about it, does that mean we're capturing them and putting them in zoos after they just landed? Anyway, I've never played this game before, so I did start by doing the tutorial. You know, basic controls, panning, zooming, rotation. Then we make our first exhibit. I do just want to add the people and overall art style of this game is super cute. When building, I found the placement of fences kinda awkward at first. I don't know why, but I think I was expecting a room creation-like tool. Instead you place the fences as walls and it sticks to the corner you ended on, but I guess in hindsight the flow does make sense. After placing a donation box, we get to choose our first dinosaur. To be honest, I know barely anything about dinosaurs and had to look up what a stegosaurus was, but that's what I chose. So here's our little stegosaurus baby. We, of course, need to buy food for our new child, so we go to town, get some veggies for our little herbivore. When we get back, our child has been birthed. Absolutely adorable little baby. We then hire a vet to take care of little Steggy for us before working on the exhibit. I've played a little bit of Planet Zoo before and this seemed to be similar, like matching the biome and habitat to the dinosaur, but less complex. The floor determines what type of biomes are available, with the elevation and wetness changing what it is. We also gotta add trees and bushes that require water and rocks. We then hire a bunch of other people, like a janitor to keep our park clean, a security guard to tranquilize our dinos, which is kinda brutal, and a scientist that develops, well, science to unlock stuff in our tree. To unlock our next dinosaur, we go on a little excavation. This minigame reminds me of that gem mining thing you did back in Pokemon Platinum. With our new materials, we successfully obtain a Triceratops. So, we build a new habitat for our new dino, according to the recommended size and biome. This bit of the game is relaxing, but later on I do find it to get a tiny bit repetitive. Turns out I didn't have to do that though to complete this tutorial, cause the last quest was to collect money. The level selection map is pretty cool, being modelled off the world map. Just a little over 30 minutes in and we're ready to take on our first challenge. I decided on the abandoned challenge, cause I really couldn't just leave those dinos stuck in little cement cells. First on the agenda, build homes for our new children, which didn't last long cause they escaped. Which made me realise that our park has no staff. Then I went back to building, leaving the guests to get terrorised while the security guard slowly tranquilises each dinosaur. Eventually, we had a home for the Stegosaurus and Triceratops. Looking back on it, I probably could have made one massive habitat for both of them. One thing I love about this game is the way information is presented. The Gymnopedie gives more detailed info on the dinosaurs you can collect and shows the time period they came from. From memory though, I don't think there was a way to categorize your creatures into these time periods, and you gotta flick through them all alphabetically, but maybe I missed something. Next up was the exhibit for our Brachiosaurus, which I ran out of money for real quick. So while I was quickly drowning in debt, I decided to look at some other features the game has, including first person mode, which was not what I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest, but just not this. Back to finishing our Brachiosaurus home, it took me 3 whole in-game days just to place the sand and water required for a prairie, cause I was running out of money so quick. I figured out I had to research trees and bushes for sand biomes using the hearts we get from dinosaurs being happy. I could only get trees though, so it was kinda left unfinished. Last but definitely not least was our tundra habitat for our Kentrosaurus. I didn't have trees or bushes researched for this. Poor dino. While making some improvements to our park, one of the dinos got sick. It took me a while to figure out how to cure them because I was looking for physical poop to find the colour of, but turns out the colour of the alert matched the colour of the sickness. This is another example of how nicely the info is laid out in this game. The dino had maroon poop. It meant they had Dancer's Claw, which is cured by an injection. So that's what I gave them. The rest of this level was just stuffing around waiting to get $4,000 to complete the quest. In the middle of expanding though, I kinda let them out. At this point, I don't think I realized there was a pause or fast forward button, so I've been playing this entire time at normal speed and just letting dinosaurs temporarily roam free. I mean, hey, they're herbivores, right? But, turns out they're still aggressive. Who would have thought? Not too long after, we reached the final goal. Mission complete. I did do another challenge, the Tropical Islands. The map was a bit more restrictive, but choosing your dinosaurs was much more flexible. I did have to do a lot more digging though, because the dinosaurs weren't just given to you. I'd say this level had a stronger focus on unlocking the dinosaurs you want. As usual, we made our couple of exhibits and made our dinosaurs happy. At the end, I only had 3 exhibits, with the final goal being to sell 10 balloons. I guess that's an introduction to providing for the people outside of dinosaurs. This level took me roughly 45 minutes compared to the other levels an hour and 10, but I did also use the fast forward button. Now I decided to move on to a custom game. We still had to make our own money and there were goals to complete, but of course there was no given direction in how to build or what dinosaurs to get. So I started off by naming our park Dinosaur. Kind of cheesy explanation, but I was looking for dinosaur puns for a while and then saw this image of a flying dinosaur named Dinosaur, which I then thought, oh, that is so cute. It's like the dinosaurs are rescued and rehabilitated to feel great and it's like they're flying. Get it? Dinosaur. I would like to note I was playing this game at 3 AM and it seemed like a great idea at the time. Anyway, we start off with the basics, building our exhibits and hiring people, and then I decided to focus a tiny bit more on prettying things up. I briefly mentioned it before, but our visitors do have needs, unfortunately. To keep them in our park forever, you gotta feed them and let them rest, kinda like the dinosaurs. So I decided to make a little courtyard with food stores, toilets, and places to sit. Oh, at this point I had also unlocked enrichment for the dinosaurs, something I hadn't done in the previous challenges. Look how cute these little guys are. I also unlocked an Ankylosaurus. Because my dinosaurs absolutely love me, I unlocked a lot more stuff off the heart tree than I had before. All of this contributes to more structures to place in our dino exhibits. Back to decorating, I decided to make a little park for our gazebo. And the absolutely best decoration in this game, stringer lights. I do use them a bit more in the future because the glow these lights make in this game is gorgeous. I also tried to experiment a bit with the bridge by linking the 2 exhibits together. It looks super cute besides the fence clipping, but the people just kind of stood and looked. I think the fence was in the way, unfortunately, so I had to change it back, but I left the little indent and bridge to keep the effect. After some time, I also figured out how to put hats on dinosaurs. As you can see, all adult dinosaurs got hats. The remaining amount of time was mostly spent on expanding and decorating, so here is our park. I would have taken more cinematic shots, but at this point I spilled my drink all over my keyboard. Perfect timing if you ask me. After 2-ish hours of sandbox, we ended up with 6 different exhibits and 11 dinosaurs, I think. I'm sure you could accomplish a lot more, but overall it is very much a cozy game, so it's worth taking your time. I did play a bit more after this and there's a lot of things I missed, and high level dinosaurs that can be unlocked. I noticed I didn't pay too much attention to the privacy of dinosaurs, which would explain why I wasn't getting more hearts. And the sex of the dinosaurs are random, so while I thought they had a mate, they really didn't. Through this, you can also breed dinosaurs. Like I said though, really cozy game with management aspects that aren't super intense. If you want to just chill and build, you'd probably really enjoy this game. And that was 5 hours in Parkasaurus.